Alright guys, here we are. Is another segment where we're going to give you updates about Matteo Salvini for not allowing immigrants who were rescued in 2019 to disembark in Italy. They have tried to kind of like put this into consideration as well, because you guys can bear me witness that this issue have been something of continuous. Every time they try to kind of like check on this issue to know if whether Matteo Salvini is going to face the 15 years imprisonment or not. But as God may have it, they have tried to use Luciano Larmorgese and then Luigi Di Maio, which is the foreign minister of Italy, to kind of like bear witness on this issue, what really happened. Matteo Salvini not allowing people to kind of like disembark even after rescuing these immigrants. But without wasting time, let's just go on article, then we'll try to explain all these things and then we keep our debate. Two important weaknesses, two perhaps decisive testimony in the Boca room of the Boccia prison in Catania today. In the third stage of the premiering hearing, the GAP Nuncia San Pietro heard Luciano Larmorgese and Luigi Di Maio as witnesses in the Gigoretti case. You understand? He said the judge will have to decide whether the indicted Matteo Salvini, who was Minister of the Interior in July 2019, when disembarkation of 131 migrants who were on board the Coast Guard boat was delayed. You understand? Because Matteo Salvini trying to kind of like delay these immigrants, stating that they don't have the right to disembark in Italy. Alright guys, so now let's go to the deposition of Luciano Larmorgese on this case. He said, according to Giulia Bongiorno, in this point, take note that this Giulia Bongiorno, that is the lawyer of Matteo Salvini, the head lawyer of Matteo Salvini, because this man have a lot of lawyers who come out kind of like to volunteer to defend this case, but this Giulia Bongiorno is the head lawyer which is handling this case of Matteo Salvini. He said the words of Larmorgese were decisive. The Minister of the Interior, who was Salvini's successor at the Viminale, would have been asked about the difference between the Gigoretti case and that of the Ocean Viking, because you know this Matteo tried to kind of like stop two different type of ship, not allowing this immigrant to disembark, the one of Gigoretti and that of the Ocean Viking. Now let's see what they are saying here. He said, which in October 2019 had remained at sea for more than 12 days with 104 immigrants on board. You see, in this one of the Ocean Viking, this man known as Matteo Salvini, he kind of like detained this immigrant for good 12 days on board, not allowing them to come down from the sea to disembark in Italy. To cut this long story short, let's just give analysis on this issue based on we have already read and understand everything. Let's just give analysis on this issue so that you guys can just understand all these things. Now, what they are trying to state here is that this Matteo Salvini is still holding the same point that he keeps saying every time, that when he was on power as the Ministro dell'Interno, that people who kind of like collaborated with him to sign those papers were there in the government, and then most of them are still there on power. Somebody and that of Luigi Di Maio, you understand? Because you know this is politics. Sometimes they come, they talk this side, they talk this way. Their mind can even change at any minute. Now, Matteo Salvini is claiming that if it happens to be that going to jail, that is to say that other kind of like people who come to sign this document with him to approve or stamp that law, not allowing immigrants to disembark in Italy, that they all have to face the consequences of the issue. You understand? So this is the excuse this man is always taking every time, not today. So it's like the story now is just being the same thing every time. They are not giving any judgment based on this case. They keep on trying this man, going to court, going to Catania. At the same time, they still bring the same result every time. Now, Matteo Salvini is giving all this excuse. The Luigi Di Maio even tried to kind of like support Matteo Salvini, saying that, you know, he is the one, as the Minister dell'Interno, he have the right to do whatever I have to do. Guys, this is to let you know that politics, you don't trust these people. Be European, Africa, Asia, anywhere you see politics, they are very kind of like trickish people who kind of like can change their mind at any point in time. That is why any politician don't kind of like give a trust to them, because they can change any minute, any seconds. You understand? So now what I want you guys to understand is that this case is still going on. They they are not going to see how they are going to kind of like summarize this issue, because a judge must give a decision either for him to face the 15 years imprisonment, or for him to kind of like be set free on this case, and then they kind of like cancel everything. So guys, like I'm talking to you right away, they are still on debating on this case. So anyhow it is, we have to kind of like summarize everything. So guys, that is the updates there. Anything you have to say based on this issue or these articles, you can keep it at the comment section. In time to we'll go straight to another news, we'll see as they happen. Alright guys, this update is for those ones who are living in Denmark, because you guys complain a lot saying that, you know, we don't report the news of Denmark every time. We keep reporting the news of Italian, that of Germany and France. We never kind of like reported your news, those ones who are living in Denmark. Now we have the updates which the Denmark government have set to kind of like pull restriction or a border close between Denmark and Germany. So you are going to listen to this article and know how your government have set to kind of like put this restriction or put this kind of like a temporary closure of border for those ones who will be going to Germany. So now we are going to go based on article just a little bit fast so that you guys can understand how these things are going. Now listen, it said here, Denmark restricts its border with Germany. Let's go a little bit forward. It said borders closure have cropped back in this time in North Germany, aim concerned over new COVID-19 variant. Denmark said it was responding to a closure in Frederiksborg near the border. You understand? Let's go a little bit forward on this article. He said here, Denmark has partially and temporarily closed its border with Germany to stop the spread of coronavirus cases, a Danish minister announced on Friday. So this was announced on Friday, that was yesterday. He said the closure introduced Friday night follow a cluster outbreak in the German town of Frederiksborg that sits close to the border with the Scandinavian countries. You understand? He said, therefore, we are now introducing a considerable, more intense border check and close a number of similar borders crossing along the Danish-German border. Danish Justice Minister Nick Hakankrop said in the statement on the ministry website. So guys, this update is just something to let you guys know. For those of you who are living in Denmark, have it in mind that, you know, going to Germany, there is a border lockdown, partial or temporary border lockdown between Germany and then Denmark. So before you go, you have to put all these things into consideration to know your rights and know how you're going to kind of like make your journey. So there is a temporary lockdown between Germany and Denmark. It's an information for you guys to know, because you guys keep kind of like complaining every time we don't report your news. Now you get to know one of your updates. So that is the update I have for you for now. So if you have not subscribed to this platform, please try to subscribe and tell me what you are thinking about the case of Maio Salvini, because we are tired of kind of like reporting the case of this man every time going to court. At the end of the day, the judge will not decide a rightful decision to put this man in a galera so that we can just forget this once and for all. So tell me whatever you are thinking about that issue of Maio Salvini, and try to subscribe to the platform. Till next time again, we'll be together. Ciao.